Council meeting order. If we could all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Can you please remember to silence your phones if you have them or any other electronic devices. You've all been sent copies of the agenda and the minutes, and you've received a copy of the October 5th minutes. Are there any additions or corrections that need to be made to that? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All those in favor of approving the minutes from October 5th, please do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. I'll send those down for your signatures, please, and then send it back. Is there anybody that has an email that they need to share with the body of the council? Mr. Westland, is there anything you have?
Not tonight.
For tomorrow night?
Maybe.
I don't believe there's any committee reports. We have no old business. We have no new business. Moving on to transfers.
Commissioners, or
Thank you.
I really don't have anything to report.
Okay.
But you don't want to talk about the cats?
No.
At least nothing you make public, right?
Thank you, John, for catching me. Transfers and additionals. Area Planning Commission, looking for $140. The transfer request.
God, the reading's ready.
Yeah, used to be a doctor.
He's requesting to move $140 from contractual services to gas and diesel.
How you got contractual, I have no idea. I was thinking cathedral.
Yeah.
Okay, contractual services to gas for $140. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor of approving this motion to transfer $140 from contractual services to gas, please do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Okay, moving on. Clerk, from postage to secretary bookkeeping, amount of $6,000. This is for requesting to hire a staff member that was cut from the 2020 budget cuts. The line has been added back in for 2022 budget.
I'll make a motion to approve the transfer for the $6,000 from the clerk's office.
No problem with her having no money the rest of the year for postage.
No, she's okay. This is kind of, we talked about this during the budget hearing and stuff, that some people that did not replace.
Yeah, I know about the position, but
Okay. Apparently.
apparently not, no Christmas card or,
You won't be getting one.
I never do.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
John seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Against, nay. Motion passes. Highway Department. Looking to move from gravel to other services, $21,508. Use unused accounts remaining in the contract services budget for needed equipment for soil and water.
Hang on, this year.
Yeah. Striping fee per 450 East. We can't do it by hand with a brush. Try to get some guys some work release.
Hey, what do you have there?
Striping fee for 450 East.
It's for we were figuring on getting the other 3 roads striped, and we could use that money to pay for striping, for them to come down and stripe it. The company that just did the striping on the other roads.
Question, are you gonna make all of them no passing?
I intended just one stripe just to keep the center line of the road so they know where they's at.
That's a good point.
And but somehow we end up with dual stripes on them, didn't we, Dale?
Yep, I got 7.5 miles of no passing zone from the county line to 250 north on Bentonville Road on Flat Road.
You're driving a tractor at that.
Because we intended on that one stripe just down the center, just to separate it, so you knew where your side, you know, how much room you
I
had.
know I was at the pre-construction, but what happened?
I don't understand. They just got the wrong word from the guy higher up, didn't they, Dale?
Yeah, I think it was, what we intended didn't get interpreted properly into the actual work orders. And I went over that with Matthew Ellsbury after the fact, and he had totally missed a line of language in there that told the striping contractor to put 2 stripes. We didn't originally intend for it to be that way. But once it's there, we can't take it out.
But you can paint over and redo it. Or they can paint over it and redo it since it's not our fault.
Well, they did what was in the spec sheet. So
We had a line there that said to put double lines in it. That was Dale saying
yeah.
that they didn't catch, that we didn't catch.
That we didn't get.
Yeah.
It's our error.
We can't punish them for going by the book, according to the bid spec that they have. So.
Or are you gonna punish him for passing?
Well,
Joey,
Jack Joey on that one.
because they're doing it right and left up there.
We can pick up a lot of money on the highway
The
department there.
state policeman's down there a lot too.
so that's how it happened, John, and that's not what we intended.
So there was nobody out there watching, inspecting what was going on during the whole time,
When they striped,
every day.
oh yes.
I mean, they should be looking at the quality of the pavement going on, because the pavement is pretty rough in front of the post office, and it's gonna break up after a couple of winters, so.
Chad Watchell was out there with them, I think, every day, and Jay, you guys did drive it.
We drove it and looked at it. I didn't see those spots in front of the post office. We went all the way up, went all the way to the county line. But that was after the stripes were already down the
See, I
drive.
walk across, you drive across, so. Quite a difference, so.
I know they're coming back to fix a spot out on 450. And I can talk to them when they get out there and see if they want to go up there. They'll go up there and do that one too. I just had to get a hold of them again.
Well, wouldn't
Who's gonna
somebody
be
like,
responsible for this striping then in case?
Who's responsible for the road? They are, because it was under their
Who's gonna be
specs.
responsible if it doesn't happen again?
It's gonna be we gotta need to make sure it's right in the language is what we need when they get the orders, I guess. Because we put down one stripe's all we put down.
Okay, one dash stripe or one solid?
One solid stripe. It's really got no meaning in the book. When I got a book down there and I went through and checked it. Now if there was like dashes down through there all the way through it, it means you can pass and everything else is what it means. But if you just one stripe, there's really no, they say if you got over a 20-foot road, you should have dual stripes, and we don't have 20-foot roads.
Yeah, I know that.
We got 19 is what we got. 19 or 18 up there.
That's interesting. The farmers have commented to me how much it's changed the driving habits of people coming at them when they're in farm equipment. Because they have a side of the road that's designated theirs now.
Yeah. But we're gonna go up there and put gravel on the sides too. We give a little more leeway on the sides for them. We just get waiting on a box to come in to do it.
Okay. Something simple, striping, or something like that. Okay.
What did the farmers say, John?
People aren't getting over it. they're in their lane, and plus there's a drop off in places like this right now where
Yeah.
come winter, there are gonna be people in the ditch. It's not done before.
It'll be done before then. It'll take us a week to do it once we get this box down here. And we're not supposed to get it till Thursday, so we have to go up and get it.
Okay.
Are all the road signs gonna be replaced, they taken down?
The road signs,
Yeah.
did they take some down?
Go out to 450 North, dark at night, you won't find a road sign anywhere out there. They took it down, 450 North on one.
I never noticed that when I went down it.
I've noticed not being there because I missed the road twice.
Don't drive at night.
Don't drive at night, yeah. There's no
Which-
sign there. I mean, you know to turn in front of that sign, but it's not there anymore.
We'll get you
The
big-
one in Alpine?
I'm talking about north on one.
450 north, it goes into Irish.
Oh,
Well, the
Douglas.
state paid, probably.
that's what the state put those up.
They did not. There's none up there. That's what I'm saying.
We've had that problem before.
I don't know why it's
If we
taken
put
down.
one up, they pull it up and throw it down in the ditch.
Yeah. Now that's, we can get by now, but come snow, it could be difficult
Yeah.
finding that road without a sign there to show you where it's at. And I don't know how many other roads might not be like that.
Get big orange barrel for that for you.
Okay, back to our striping fee for 450 East.
Yep.
Back to our striping fee for 450 East, the transfer request, the amount of $21,508. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make it.
Second.
Motion approves. Second? Did somebody second?
Yeah, Jim did.
Okay, Jim. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Nay.
Ayes have it, motion carries.
Did you want
Jay,
to-
you might as well just do your additional appropriation too, that way.
Did you skip the soil and water?
I did.
Transfer?
So, well, Jay's up there now, so
Oh, okay.
just do the addition for this thing.
Okay.
I thought it was out of order. Okay. Jay, you have an additional appropriation for $512,641.
That's actually lower than that. That was what we thought we was gonna have to pay for match money for the paving they did,
Yeah.
and it's actually down to $321,378.75.
Okay.
Because we just did find out how much it was.
Okay.
Does that need to be re-advertised then?
No, we can approve a lower amount, we just can't approve a higher amount.
Do we need a new form, or we just have to put it in the records? The lower amount that would approve.
Yeah, it just would go on the record. Like whoever makes a motion, make a motion to approve the lesser amount of the 312, 375, and then that's what I'll send to GLGF tomorrow.
Is it 312?
312, 378, she has 15 cents.
I'm sorry, 312, what was it?
Make it 312, 379, round it up.
312 or 321?
I got
321,378.15.
321, 379.
Okay,
Who's on first?
321,
378.
79. I can't see.
50?
Is that what I've got? 320, yeah, 321, 379.
79.
Yes. No, it's not 321, 379.
Right.
You need a motion to approve that?
Motion to approve, yes.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion to approve, it's been seconded. Any further discussion? $321,378.79 for the county highway. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Okay, it's now Dave, Mr. Cole, sorry. You're up, sir.
Okay, last time I was in front of you folks, I told you we'd hired a person. And that was in the budget hearing. And I walked out the door and got 2 steps, got a phone call, and said, the gal said she wasn't going to take the job after all. So what that means is that we have been without an employee since February. And that meant that we weren't using the funds that we had allocated in the contract services. And they're sitting there. This is funds that we can access through the Clean Water Indiana grant. Soil and Water can get up to $10,000 from that if we do it in cooperation with a municipal entity like the county. So what I'd like to do is allocate some of the funding that was in contract services that we can't use because we have no employee until now, and put it into some equipment that we can use. So that's all I'm asking for, about $1,500.
And you're still looking for a person?
I'm sorry?
And you're still looking for a person too?
Well, I'm hoping not. I hate to walk out the door and find out different. But we have a gal named Andrea Napier who is already signed on with Union County. It'll be a joint job between Union and Fayette County. She's already signed papers with them, and tomorrow I'm going to sign her on with us. So we'll start using some of that contract services funding, but they can only use it till the first week of December to get into next budget year. So we won't use it all, and if we can use it in this way, it'll really help. There's no expense to the county. We do it the same way we've been doing the salary. We write you a check, and you write us a check back, and that shows the Clean Water people that the county is involved in what we're doing. So,
It's all grant funded.
yes.
Make a motion, we pass the soil and water transfer as for $1,500 from contractual services to equipment.
Second.
Motion to approve and second. Any further discussion? All those in favor of approving the transfer request for soil and water from budget line contractual services to equipment for the amount of $1,500, please do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay. Sheriff's Department overtime.
Overtime.
You might as well do misdemeanor too.
You have a preference on which one first?
Yeah.
All right, I'll get the,
Should be no regardless.
no. First one I'll start out with is the overtime request. Let me first preface this with the fact that this is near the end of my 7th year as sheriff, and I think this is maybe the 2nd or 3rd additional that we've asked for. Not happy about being here, but nonetheless, here we are. So we're asking for $12,000. Originally, in the budget, Jason Cloyd's salary had been included, so there was a little bit of fat to transfer at the end of the year. Later on, found out that that was taken out. Mistake on our behalf, but that extra money was not there. The difference between a 20-year officer and a brand new officer, quite a bit of money, so that extra fat, so to speak, wasn't there. So to get us through on overtime through the end of the year, we'll need about $12,000 to get us through.
Usually about $3,500 a month is what you spend in overtime, is that correct?
Yeah, we sent an officer to the academy from
Okay.
April to June. So just for that, if we do a thing called admin overtime. So the 2 detectives, the chief deputy, and the jail commander will fill in spots. It's saved about $28,000, or about $36,000 total this year thus far, us just doing that. While Josh was gone, if we just filled that 3rd shift slot, it'd have been about $28,000. It ended up costing the county about $8,700 doing that. So that just staggers guys' hours a little bit, gives a little more coverage, and covers the 2A to 6A, which is not a lot of calls that time, but when they do come out, they're pretty bad when they do. So.
So, you've heard the sheriff's presentation. Is there a motion to approve his additional appropriation amount of $12,000?
Also moved.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion approved and second. Any further discussion? All those in favor of approving the additional appropriation for the sheriff's department from overtime in the amount of $12,000. Please do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have it. That motion
Can you
carries.
second that? Who was the
Bob,
second?
Bob did.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then jail miscellaneous fund for medical services.
Yeah, so the second thing, our medical, obviously with COVID, we had a few inmates that had prolonged stays. $18,000 is what we're asking out of our misdemeanor fund. That's money we receive from DOC for housing our misdemeanors. It only can be used for the jail and jail services. It help us get through to the end of the year, be no more medical expense, but we've had to usually move money around to cover medical to get through to the end of the year. So, and with COVID, I'm pretty happy that it's only $18,000 extra that we're needing, and it doesn't come out of anything locally. Thank goodness.
Any questions for the sheriff?
Make a motion to approve the
I'll second it.
Fund 1175 to 30071 medical services of $18,000 additional appropriation.
We have a motion and a second to, for additional appropriation to move funds from medical services into the medical fund. Well, miscellaneous?
Miscellaneous fund 1175.
In the amount of $18,000. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carried.
All right. Thank you,
Sheriff.
Appreciate it.
Health Department is asking for $20,000. So we have approximately 7,000 submitted, not posted expenses. We have another 15,000 in auto shipments to receive in the next month. We have been administering numerous TB tests, which uses our vaccine funds. This is for shot.
This is all we know about it?
James, you know, this is for
Or something attached.
just, it's for medication.
Is this money already budgeted?
Being the last 2 years it's been, I don't see how anybody could budget at the health department
Yeah.
accurately.
Is Matt supposed to be here?
Just for nursing supplies.
Yeah. There's money in there for that.
Have spent, okay. We started out, their original appropriation was $2,000 in that fund. They did an additional for $40,000 and then adjusted $39,500. So they had $81,500 and they've spent $67,800 of that. So there'd be another 20, it's like November or so. Because otherwise they're not running
Put some
money
more
through
for
the end of the
budget.
year.
There's a lot of stuff with
$7,000.
vaccinations and shots.
And 81 is consistent.
Yes, those would be shots, not COVID, like
Right.
other vaccines.
So this is for shots non-COVID related. They don't have enough funds to get it to the end, through the end of the year, so they need another 20,000 for that.
The
Changes
COVID,
work.
the COVID ones, they have grant funds.
Okay.
But these are like the regular, like the shot clinics when they go to the schools, or for like they just did flu clinics for flu shots and stuff, so.
Okay, and you're saying she was budgeted 81, we spent 67 so
Yeah.
far. And so this will put her over the 81,000. Where will that
Yeah.
come from, Jane?
It was just an additional, so it's just gonna come out of their base funds,
Okay, it's there for them?
yeah.
Okay, all right,
Yeah, they have enough to cover the additional.
okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the additional appropriation of the health department
I'll second that.
for $20,000.
We have a motion on the floor, it's been seconded to approve the additional appropriation by the health department in the amount of $20,000 for additional vaccines, non-COVID related. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, motion carries. Michelle? Save the best for last.
I'm here for 144 approval. I emailed them to you late this afternoon. The first ones are for the remainder of this year for 2021. I have Crosswall, he is a part-time employee now, and I'd like to move him up to full-time to a field officer position. That is a vacant position, it's not a new position. And that starts at $32,480. And the other one that is for 2021 was I had a vacant position that was split between jail treatment and community corrections, so there was money in both budgets for it. I've actually had it vacant for a little over 2 years because we haven't been in the jail because of COVID. We just recently got back in this summer, so I haven't replaced that person. And I run it by my advisory board at their last meeting, and I'd like to move that position to a facility officer full-time in the dorm instead of having that position split, have it full-time over at community corrections. And I don't have anybody targeted for that at this time, but it starts at $30,368. And it's a position that's vacant, but I just want to slide it all the way over to community corrections instead of splitting it.
Make a motion to approve Michelle's request for her 144s.
I'll second it.
Motion to approve the 140. Motion to approve the 144.
I said I'm sorry. I can't always tell who seconded.
We have a motion to approve the additional 144 request from Michelle Dudley. It's been approved and motion made and seconded. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Try to shake up stuff.
The next 144s I have are for 2022, which they would go into effect January 1, and it includes in the budget that was approved by the advisory board and the budget that was approved by the state. And it averages, and I sent you in the email, about $1,000 per full-time employee, and then I put down about a 25-cent an hour raise for the part-time. So I would need your approval on those 144s. They are self-sustaining through project income, and on the email, going with what our collections have been this year, I sent you a chart, and we're averaging $46,383.78 a month in collections, and our count's going back up. The last 2 years it's been down because of COVID, but today we went back up to 90 bracelets out. So we were staying in the 70s where we were about 100, and we were down to in the 70s, but we're back up to 90 today. So it is self-sustaining. And if anybody has any questions, I brought my financial statement with me, the last one that we done. So
Make a motion to approve Michelle's 144s.
A motion to approve Michelle's 144s for 2022.
Second.
Bob seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
I'll abstain just because I haven't had time to review the documents. I didn't know there was something said. So,
Okay. 5 ayes and 1 abstain. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn?
No.
Oh. Who's on there,
Call
so
it family reunion.
The real best till last, the last night.
Where'd you go at?
I was gonna get home early.
I know. I'll make it quick, I promise. I have no ask. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on things going on in the Extension office. You should have all received a newsletter in your mailbox. We send those out to all 4-H members and volunteers about 3 times a year. Kay's got it on hand. Yay, love it. So that is the purpose of that is to update everyone with all of the different programs in our office there. 4-H enrollment started October 1st. We've got about 50 youth and adults enrolled. Pretty normal for the first month. It's kind of quiet. You know, everybody waits till the last minute to get things done, which December numbers should spike, hopefully. So that is looking good so far. We are doing a couple of promotions this year. One is I could possibly get a pie in the face at the end of November for people who enroll in November. So we've put that promotion out. We actually just did that on Facebook Live promotion today. So look forward to that. I'm sure all of you will check into that. For myself, Ag and Natural Resources, I've got a succession planning program coming up for family farms who are trying to pass that on to the next generation. That'll come in December. I'm still working with a lawyer to get final plans and dates set for that, but we will have that on our Facebook page and send that out to our mailing list as well. I'm working with the Connorsville FFA chapter to do a combined effort. They're going to do a fundraising auction. I will be doing a pesticide training for farmers in our community. That's looking to be December 16th. We have one more speaker to finalize for that, but that looks like that's going to be a go for us. I'm looking forward to working together with Gabe and the team there with FFA. And then our community wellness coordinator, I'm sure you've seen in the paper and other advertising and marketing. Becky is working with the Parks Department very closely, working on funding for the 2nd Street Park. So that's been keeping her very busy trying to get matching grant funds for that. And she is also working, I forgot to bring tonight, the Food Council created a magnet for different pantries in our community that provide food for those in need in our community. If you hear of anybody that is needing information, hours, times, addresses of those groups, send them to our office. We've got those magnets that we're going to be giving out. And she is working with those 6 pantries to supplement Thanksgiving and Christmas baskets for those in need. So she's been busy working on that kind of stuff. So.
Oh, will you get the magnets out too?
The Food Council is working on that list. I don't know who for sure that is. It's my understanding though is that it's families that have already been working and are consistently with the pantries that are consistently needing help. But I don't know. I don't know the numbers of meals that they're going to try and gather and get together. They are going to be providing over 1,500 dozen eggs as well to the community through a hatch program that comes out of Indianapolis. But I can get you that information, Kay, and find out for sure.
I was just thinking about the churches would be good to have those.
Yep, that's true. That's a good idea. I'm trying to think if here. No, she didn't mention anything about churches, but I'll ask her and make sure she's got a couple. I know a couple of the churches have the food pantries, and those are a couple of the 6 I know, but I don't know how wide her scope has been for reaching out to different churches. That's a good question. I'll find that out though and let you know. But that's all I got, just a quick update. I hadn't been here for a couple months. I know you guys missed me, so thought I'd stop by.
Yeah, we almost literally did miss you.
I know, you still almost missed me when I was here.
Kay even told me.
Ma'am, do you know how they're doing with the matching grant program for the J. Lawn Park?
Where are they at now? They're not, they were hovering around half of what they needed. And they need that, I'm sorry, 90,000? Okay. And they're needing 200
They
and
want
some.
200,000, although they've gone back to the architect and they have revised downward, their estimate,
Oh.
because lumber is down.
Good.
And it's about 35,000 from what I understand at the
Okay.
state, and they're still getting the final numbers together. So, that's what I.
There you go. Okay, I hadn't heard that, so that's good. That's good. They have till December to get those matching grant funds. They have to have that met by December 31st, so they
What
can
happens
get
if
that.
they don't? just
They
do
don't-
Part of the project.
Yeah.
They won't be able to do the whole project. They're still gonna do it.
Mhm. They just won't get the
And then other
match.
thing they were talking about the other night at Discover Connersville was they were taking sections, to get some grant money that has to be, the wages have to be prevailing wages. And there might be certain areas that the architects could take out, which could be us donating labor in that side, but they were all looking at that since they're not getting the number that they need. So, we sell it ourselves.
So if any of you guys have a windfall, feel free to share. Good questions, I appreciate it. Anything else? All right. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you. Now, motion to adjourn. Second?
Second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Meeting adjourned.